Hello everyone, this is Selkick, also known as Paulalia, and welcome to RimWorld. This is version Alpha 8, and this is, if you've not heard of it, it's a sci-fi western colony management simulator. It's very similar to a game like Prison Architect, where you're playing in this sort of top-down, omnipresent manager role. And you're giving orders and you're defining like who should be doing what and that sort of thing. And it's very, very addictive gameplay. It's very, very challenging gameplay, and I absolutely love the game. So we're going to create a world here, and I'm going to hit randomize just a few times. There we go. KC, K-A-C-Y. That is our random seed. So if you wish to play on this same world, you can do so. So here's our world of Aspadisk. Aspadiski? I have no idea how you would pronounce that. It's it's a very nice world. We've got some extreme northern points up here where, just look at this, the average temperature is, in the middle of summer is only 53 degrees Fahrenheit, and in January it's negative 59 degrees Fahrenheit. If you wanted to play extremely hardcore, you're going to die of hypothermia type of gameplay, you only have 2 months of growing food in the summer, then you can do that on this map. Or you can come all the way down here to the south, where it's going to get 100 degrees in the summer, and people might start getting heat stroke, which also adds a layer of difficulty to your game. So right away, here on the map, you can see over here, there's a red dot. That is the riflemen. They're a pirate band, so we don't want to be anywhere near them. In fact, we might want to be on like this island over here. Now, let's not go for the island. I like to play a mountainous map. So let's go ahead. We're going to pick here. It's not going to be too bad. We might have to worry about heat stroke. I'm not going to be playing one with the freezing cold just yet, just to see how we go. So I'm going to probably pick somewhere over there. But anyway, we got to save this world, and now we need to make a new colony. So this is the difficulty screen. First, you choose your AI storyteller. There's 3 options. Cassandra Classic is sort of a curve of difficulty, so it starts off relatively easy, and then it gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder until you lose. Phoebe Base Builder is similar, but there's a much greater time difference between the random events. Like, people will come to attack you, or wild animals will go berserk and try to attack you. And Randy Random just generates random events. Difficulty is randomized as well, so that's really if you're like up for a challenge. So I'm gonna play Cassandra Classic. I'm gonna put it on rough difficulty just to make things fun for me. I'm not so good at the extremely challenging ones or anything like that, so rough is good enough for me, and we want to play on our new world. You can see I previously generated a world, but my capture failed. I've managed to sort out the problems though. So we're gonna come down here. I didn't see this. Community at the Ridge. It's an Outlander town. They're not necessarily going to be hostile to us, but but we might, if we piss them off, then they will become hostile to us. So where was that? Here we go. I just want the 2 types of stone: limestone and slate. Not too hot. Growing period is year-round, so we can just continuously grow crops outside if we want to. So I'm going to go ahead and select that site. This is the most important step. The other ones, you can just sort of go wherever just looks good, and you can have a good chance. This is super important. You only get to start with 3 people in your colony, and in order to get more people, you either need to buy slave labor from a trader, or you need to capture someone who previously wanted to do you harm and kind of convert them to be your ways. Like, stop being a raider, you can just stay with us, help out at the colony, and we'll give you food and water, that kind of deal. So we have Hay House, the hunter, incapable of crafting and cleaning, is a bit lazy, but is a green thumb. He's quite good at he's really good at melee, and he's quite good at shooting. He was a bounty hunter. But his passion, the fire here, represents a kind of passion, and the medicine has the double, like, superheated passion. He really is into medicine. So he's a maybe. So we have Madeline, the empath. She's incapable of violence, so she can't attack anyone. She's lazy, but she's super into being social, and she's actually very passionate about constructing. She wants to learn more about building things, like walls and things, not necessarily crafting things. She's kind of interested in that, but she really wants to build bases. And then we have Norman, the herbalist, who's really into growing, really into research, really into crafting, incapable of any sort of social interaction or medicine. And he's nervous and he's lazy, so he's not all that good. All three of these people are lazy. I think I'm going to randomize all three of them. So we're not even going to look. We're just going to do that, and then we'll go through it again. Psychically hypersensitive. Oh my gosh, these people are terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'll cut here, and I'll bring you guys back in when I've picked my three people, and I'll go into detail about why I decided to pick them. Okay, guys, I have my setup. My characters, rather. So this is Harris. Harris used to be a medieval lordling and became a deep space miner, incapable of nothing, very industrious. But she excels at mining and is pretty good at social, but she's got a passion for shooting, and she's also very interested in medicine and being social, and so that's good. I've got Juka Julie here, who used to be a scout, but then became a civil servant later in life. He's incapable of anything intellectual or artistic, and he is, but he's good at shooting, so that's good. And he's just got some interesting stats. And then I've got John Solaresi, who's a colony settler, and colony settlers are usually pretty good at having some nice stats. Solar here is a fast walker, which will be handy, and is good at medicine, as well as construction and growing. So that's sort of what I got going on here. A mining person, a shooting person, and a construction, cooking, medicine person. So that's what I'm going to go with. Solar is 25, Julie is 29, and Harris is 29. I'm not going to change anybody's names, and we're going to go for it. We're going to hope it doesn't crash this time, because this is where I got to in my last attempt, and it crashed. Alright, good. The three of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown RimWorld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. So something happened to the ship we were on. Crypto sleep is kind of like suspended animation. There's pods that you get put into. And so we were in these pods. We were just being transported to another world, and the ship came under attack, and so we had to escape in the escape pods. So if I play, there are the escape pods coming down, and there are our people. So let's see here. Everyone has some health. So any injuries they have are listed here, as well, and this is their statuses here, as well as their overall efficiency at doing such things. So you can see that Harris, the miner, is okay. No issues. If you wanted to, you could add an operation to harvest limbs, or install a denture, or euthanize a person just straight up. Here's their character. This is the same thing we have for gear. She starts off wearing a t-shirt, a jacket, and some pants, and she has a door key which will unlock any doors we build in our settlement. And her mood starts off like this. If the mood falls below this line, they start going crazy, and then they will like go berserk and start attacking people. It doesn't look like anybody else has much clothes though. Julie has no injuries. Starting with a jacket and pants, okay. And Solar also has a jacket and pants, starting with no injuries. Okay, sometimes you can get them to have like scars or what have you when they first arrive. So all of these items you see here with the X's on them, and you can see the number of items in the pile when I'm zoomed in enough. X's mean that they are not allowed to be interacted with. Forbidden. Colonists will not interact with this item. So the first thing I want to do is select, double click to select all of them, and then just push F to unforbid those items. And we want to unforbid that wood. And those are kind of like the starting resources right around there. So let's zoom out and take a look around where we landed. This is a pretty good spot because we've got a huge mountain on this side of us. These are crypto sleep pods down here. Ancient crypto sleep caskets. There's there's plenty of trees in this area. Another crypto sleep thing. There's some packaged survival meals that have landed up here from the exploding ship. And then just some random debris everywhere. And we've got monkeys on our land here. We've got some monkeys over here as well. And I saw there was some turtles up here, so we got some plenty hunting. But this area is good because it can only be attacked from the top and the bottom. And this is compacted steel, which is a building resource. There's plenty of steel actually all throughout here. That's nice. And you can see here the walls are made of slate stone. And down here we get a little bit of limestone. More compacted steel there. That's awesome. There's some silver. Silver is used in the building of some electronic equipment. So I think starting off right here in the middle is going to be good, and then we can build into this mountain. Perhaps even tunnel our way through over to here at some point to do some exploratoring. Oh, some more packaged meals have fallen over there. That's cool. We start with, you can see here, 16 packaged meals on the floor. But the first thing I want to do is I want to equip. There's a pistol, a rifle, and a knife. And we've got 3 people. So we're going to come through here and we're going to find out who wants what. Okay, so Solar is not interested in shooting or melee. So I'm going to tell him to equip the knife. Julie is the best shot. So Julie gets that. And Harris is very interested in shooting. But unfortunately, she's going to have to deal with just having the pistol. So let's have them pick up their weapons. Okay, that's good. I'm pausing time just because I want to be able to explain things. So over here, you can see the temperature, the weather, the current time, date, and year. These are my time controls. I'm going to be using the number 1, 2, and 3 for speed and space to stop. And then you can toggle some visibility of things down here. The overview panel, this is the work assignment screen. This tells you who is assigned to do what. So you can see they're all assigned to do mining. Harris and Julie are not assigned to grow plants, for example. These are all of the factions that we have. The community at the ridge is the one closest to us, and right now, unfortunately, we're at -15 goodwill with them, but we're not hostile. So we've got the Grey Elk Brana. They're hostile to us. The Purple Hill people are hostile to us, and the Riflemen are hostile to us. The Kamboa Konga tribe, they're kind of neutral to us or whatever. So here's the world map. This is the history. It's a graph that'll come up, and these are just the statistics of us. So playing on rough is a 60% challenge scale. So every encounter gets 60% harder each time. And then these are the numbers for our wealth, the number of things we've killed, etc., etc. So that's that. To start off with, I think I'm just going to assign some orders. So if I push tab or click on the architect button, I bring up my little menu down here. I can do orders, and these are the things I can order my people to do. So I can say, like, for example, chop wood. Select chop wood. I get the little axe icon, and just select a bunch of trees because we're going to need lots of wood to build stuff. Unfortunately, there's a lot of rubble right here, so I think I might come up here a bit. I'll just assign a few more orders. And I want to do a zone. So first I want to build a stockpile zone. Something like that should be good enough. So this stockpile will be normal priority. And I'm not going to allow any sort of corpses in my stockpile, nor am I going to allow rotten food. And then I want to build a dumping stockpile. let's say, down there. My dumping stockpile is only going to be chunks and corpses, and it's going to allow rotten. So if I ever tell, so they're going to move things into the stockpile, like the food and the wood and the iron and the steel and the silver and all that, and these chunks will get put in the dumping stockpile along with any corpses or any junk that we acquire. I'm also going to go ahead and put an order in to hunt those tortoises because they're just kind of walking around here. And now I want to start building a structure. Oh, there's a snake up there. Hold on, let's also hunt the snake. So we want to go to structure. So this is, you pick the doors. The auto doors require power, but the doors will open automatically, Star Trek style, when you walk up to them. Conduit walls have a built-in power wire running through them. I'm just going to use normal wooden walls. Right click, choose wood. It says we don't have enough wood stored. That's just because we haven't put anything technically in our stockpile. If I unpause here for a second, pause, you can see it's updated the stockpile to realize that we have 111 wood here stored in the area of which we live. So it's telling us we need to build a room composed with wall pieces and a door. We need colonist beds, and we need a growing zone to start growing food. We're going to start with the housing situation first, though. I kind of want to be able to put farms up here, so I'm going to put my rooms down here. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at that. I did that right. So I'm just going to build three rooms that are 6 by 5. That is the sort of standard size for a bedroom that people will like. They don't want the rooms to be too small because then they feel all claustrophobic. I'm going to put some just regular wooden doors on there. Call that good. And I'm going to go ahead and hit 2 time. So you can see there that Solar has decided that he wants to construct. While the other 2 are trying to hunt these tortoises. Poorly. This tortoise has been shot. And see, look, you can see that it's extremely wounded. It was just killed. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cancel the hunting order on that. Oh, she killed it. Okay. Well, and right away we get a rainstorm. So if I take a look at the dead animal, you can see how long it's been dead, and you can see that it's not currently being refrigerated, and so it'll spoil in about 4 days. So we will have to build a refrigerator at some point if we want to keep food long term. When it goes dark like that, that means it has been made into an inside area. I'm going to come in here to furniture, and I'm going to go ahead and request a couple of wooden beds. And normally I put beds like this just straight off the door, but I think I'm going to be creative about it today. And just be like, let's just say that everyone has decided they wanted to do their rooms slightly differently. So there we go. Yes, the trees somehow can be inside. They won't grow anymore because they're covered up inside, but they're, for whatever reason, the ceilings are tall enough